Hey YouTube, this is Jeremiah from New Life Counselling. I want to talk about a topic that actually has been talked about quite a bit in the last few years. It was almost a bit of a, many times we get these catchphrases or buzzwords or concepts that are just way over talked about. But there's a reason for that, because they're good to know. And if this is something you've never learned about, I am definitely not the first person to come up with this stuff. And definitely got to give shout out and kudos to Brene Brown, where I got a lot of this information from, and have pretty much, once I discovered and started reading her material, I've been doing the best I can to apply it pretty much for the rest of my life. And what we're talking about for a real base concept is what's known as sympathy versus empathy. What is the difference? Well, actually quite a lot, believe it or not. Okay. But in what I'm going to just share in a very brief moment, the simplified version of it, okay, just so you can get a good grasp on it and then work on applying it in your life, all right, is that there is a big difference in it, all right? See, often what happens is, what sometimes we might think we're providing empathy for a person is actually sympathy. And so how do we describe it? Well, one of the ways I like to describe it is this. Sympathy is simply something where a person is looking outside, looking in to that person. Okay, hold that thought. And let's look at the other one example, and then we'll give some examples. Empathy, the way I very briefly described that, is just basically me looking on the inside of a person and then coming out. Well, what's the difference between the two? All right. Well, it's simply this. Sympathy as outside looking in is where we get statements that are often actually rooted and based in forms of truth and make sense. It's just that in the moment, boy, it sure doesn't help. Oh, your mom died. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, at least they lived to be 92. What? That doesn't help a person. Believe it or not. And this is not to shame if you're kind of going, oh, I do that all the time. Oh, it looks like you got laid off. Well, I know there's a better job out there for you. Or there's even like what I call spiritual forms of sympathy that are out there, okay? Hey, that's really too bad what happened to you. Just trust. Let go, let God. Just have faith. Lots of those out there. Actually, there's more than I care to admit that are out there that I've actually supported clients with. Okay. Sympathetic statements that often are rooted in truth. It's not that they're not true, but how they're said isn't helping you in the moment for what you're needing, which is just understanding and just someone to go, hey, see, this is where empathy comes in, where we got to look through the other person. And even though I may not know you, I can still take a moment and go, if I was in that situation and if I was looking through your eyes and this situation happened to me that was negative, this is where I can go, yeah, you know what? I may not fully understand or even ever fully comprehend or understand what you're feeling or what you're going through. But boy, that must be really tough. I have no clue what you must be going through. But tell you what, let me just be here for you. Let me be present. Let me just help out. No quips, no quick words of wisdom that really, just make someone kind of want to punch through you. Oh. Gotta watch my tone here, right? Now, for those of you who've ever had a sympathetic statement, you know exactly what I'm saying and how you felt in that moment towards that other person, okay? You just want understanding. That's all we want at the end of the day when we're having a bad situation that is out of our control, all right? Or even if we were in control and then realized we made a mistake afterwards, we just want that understanding and validation, isn't it, right? See, this is where empathy comes in. Empathy comes into place. See, and one of the differences, again, when we look at sympathy versus empathy, is that with empathy, believe it or not, there's nothing we can do. It's actually one of those little secrets to be like, well, what do I do in this situation with this person? I don't know what to do. Yeah, exactly. It's actually good that you don't know what to do, because there's nothing you can do except just be present. Or in therapeutic terms, all right, something a lot of my clients know is I just often will hold space. And you can do that too. You don't have to be a therapist to do that. You just hold that space for that person. Meet them where they're at. Meet you where you're at. If I'm by myself, meet me where I'm at, okay? Rather than trying to fix it. See, one of the outcomes of one of the non-medical definitions that I like to joke about, called fixitis, okay, is that when we're trying to fix something, we're trying to do it because there could be many reasons. Maybe it's because I feel good. Oh, look, I helped them. Oh, I feel better. Or maybe I'm so scared and I don't know how to deal with this situation, but I don't want to deal with it. And I don't know what to do. So I'll give something to try to help them and fix it. When in fact, all it does is it can bring a person even lower, which is what we weren't intending to do. That's actually where I believe sympathetic statements come from. We're trying to help out, but it's not what that person needed. We assume it's what they needed, or I don't know what's needed. So, well, I know this is a general statement that I've heard before, and yeah, that'll help them, and that makes me feel better about myself, but it doesn't help the other person. And then I can walk away even though the other person's going, the heck? What was that? That didn't help me at all. Empathy is what we need to focus on then again, to be able to understand even when we don't understand. And one of the easiest ways to do that is just look at your own life. What do I wish? How do I wish people would have approached me in situations? And maybe it was just doing nothing, but just being present. Again, it's a phrase I teach some of my clients. I have no idea what you might be going through, but let me just be here. And if you need anything, let me know. If not, I'll just be here. And if you need space, I can do that as well. See, it's just meeting that person where they're at. Holding space. All right. So that's my little quick take on empathy versus sympathy. I hope that supports you, and hopefully it's maybe some different too, maybe a different perspective if you're a empathy expert out there and stuff like that. At any rate, I hope wherever you're at, you have a great rest of whatever you're doing and wherever you're at today. And we'll catch you in the next video.